What's going on, YouTube Nation? This is Darth Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss future videos. And if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button so that many other people can see this. You guys have been fantastic on my channel. The subscribers is really going up. You guys are very active, and some of you guys that post on my wall and subscribe, I actually watch some of your videos. So I also integrate some of my dividend philosophy videos to yours. So, I have to give you guys kudos too. So here's a big question that somebody asked me: is Boeing a buy? So I did a video on Ford the other day, and I gave you my honest opinion. Now let's talk about Boeing. So who is Boeing? Okay. Very big company. Let's just talk about their history and what they're about. So Boeing, American multinational corporation that designs, manufactures, sells airplane, rotorcraft, rockets, satellites, telecommunications equipment, and missiles worldwide. So this company also provides leasing and product support services, is among the largest global aerospace manufacturers, the second largest defense contractor in the world, and is the largest exporter in the United States by dollar value. Boeing stock is included in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Huge. Boeing is incorporated in Delaware. So let's look at the history of Boeing. Okay, revenue's a little bit down, $76.56 billion. The operating income is down. The net income's a little bit down. The equity's a little bit down. A lot of employees. I mean, that's huge. I like to see that. And effort. Let's look at how it's done against the S&P since inception, 1987. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if you put $800 in that, or maybe even $1,000 at $8.23? So they have grown. They have made a beating. They have killed the S&P. Look at this, $400 down. Wow. So it went down almost $300. It's at, it's down right now. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. So it's taking a big beating. It's went way down. Okay, we'll see how it's done in the past 5 years. It's up there. It's gone way up, and it's gone way down. Past year, took a beating. Let's see how it's done against the S&P. Okay. So it has crushed the S&P. It has ran circles around it. It took a little bit of a hit right now, $128 a share. Now it's losing to the S&P right now. But what has happened in the past 5 years? It has ran circles around the S&P. They're taking a big hit. There's some negative attention that they turned down a big contract. Let's just look at this one real quick. Let's just Google searches. So here's another one. Brazil, I think it was. So here's a big one. This is big news. Boeing wrongfully terminated the deal for $4 billion in a tie-up. So Boeing did an agreement, and then there's a little bit of an argument. So here's the article. Brazilian aircraft manufacturer Embraer said Saturday that Boeing wrongfully terminated a deal for $4.2 billion, tie-up, an ugly turn-up that comes out for both companies face a dismal market for commercial jets in the pandemic. So, look, I mean, there's some articles, there's some negative attention on them. So that can be a positive to you as a dividend investor. Let's look at the revenue history. This is a big one, okay, with Boeing. So how much money have they made compared to their competitors, which is very attractive right now? 76.56 billion. Lockheed Martin is 53.76. Airbus is 63.7 billion, and Northrop Grumman is 30.1 billion. How much does Boeing make a year? So For the fiscal year, Boeing report earnings of $8.191 billion with an annual revenue of 93.392 billion. Okay, a decline over the fiscal cycle. So really, Boeing is taking a hit right now. Now, with my previous video with Ford, okay, let's just look at their competitors. Here's another information. So the Google's pretty powerful right now, just discussing things. And that's not really a good one. So let's just look recently. Okay, so we're looking at it. Let's look at finance-wise, financials, how they're doing. Okay, they're down. That can happen. The revenue's down. What was March 2019? It's a little bit down. June, it's a little bit down. September, it's a little bit down. All the cash on hand. Now, what makes these guys different compared to Ford is they're well known. They have many products, okay? Sell airplane, rotorcraft, rockets, satellites, telecommunications equipment, and missiles, okay? This is the number 2. Before we look at the dividend history, did they say they're the number 2? Okay, where did we say that? Second largest defense contractor in the world based on 2018 revenue. Largest exporter of the United States by dollar value. Okay, and it's including in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So the thing is, if the Dow takes a hit, Boeing's a certain percentage of them. So that's pretty big if they are included in the Dow. We look at the model to see how the Dow is doing, and Boeing's a big part of Dow. So that's very strong. Let's look at their dividend history. That's another indicator. How are the dividends doing? Is this worth it in your IRA? Is this worth it on your Roth IRA? These are the questions that people ask. So let's look at 2012. Geez, is that enough advertisement or what popping on here? So let's look at 2012, 44 cents a share, 2013, 48 cents a share, 2014, 73 cents a share, 2015, 91 cents a share, 2016, $1.09 a share. So it has increased its dividend. It's $2.55 and a quarterly dividend. Now it's a little bit at a standpoint, but it is increasing its dividend. The annualized dividend right now is $8.22. You bought one thing of Boeing and you got $8.22. It is way down. Okay, so we're looking at this. How are they doing against their competitors? That's another thing you want to look in with investing. Am I buying the right company? So let's go back to Google. This is the great thing about Google. Okay, so let's compare. Okay, how are they doing against Lockheed Martin? Okay, Lockheed Martin's up. Not bad. Okay, it's going here and here. It's cheaper than Lockheed Martin, and it's down. So sometimes you just got to strike and capitalize. And I mean, this is the time to do it. Two great companies. Okay, I put money in Delta. Grumman. Again, it was beating Grumman Corporation. So, I mean, this is one thing you can look into is the ETF Jets. That's another one that they discussed. But yes, I'm going to give you my honest answer, and I'm going to say yes, Boeing is a buy. So financially, sure, they took a little bit of a hit. They're getting a bailout. Okay, that they're having some issues. Okay, so they're having some issues right now because of this, the pandemic. But it's such a strong stock. I mean, so many people have these in their IRAs and Roth IRAs, and it's part of the Dow. If you compare this to Ford, I'm in with Boeing. I'm actually going to post a video on M1 Finance in my next dividend portfolio on some stocks that I'm adding to that. And I'm going to capitalize on Boeing taking a hit. So I added 3M and I'm going to add Boeing to it because I want that dividend portfolio to start spinning. I mean, look at it. Look at the dividend history. I bought, if I have one share, I'm actually getting a decent amount of money. So when I keep on putting money in, things will add up. So I would say it's definitely a buy. I'm going in. I'm not a financial advisor. And you can see my disclaimers in the video, but I highly, me as a dividend investor, I'm in. I 100% agree that it is a buy. It's taking a hit. It might even take a little bit lower, but I might not even take that risk and just put some money in now and see what happens. So, I have money in Delta Airlines. The airlines are taking a big hit. Anything with the word entertainment is taking a big hit. So I am in, and I'm going to put money in this stock, and I feel very confident that this will go back to $300 or so once everything's fixed. They haven't, look, I mean, this is what frustrates me being a nurse. That antibody test, we're not even close to 3% or 5% of the population being tested. My state of Ohio, not even at 1% right now. There was an article with people being antibody tested. If everybody's starting to prove they've been antibody tested, it'll overthrow social distancing. They'll say social distancing. It'll change the curve. It'll do a lot of things. So we don't even know anything yet because, the percentage, I mean, the World Health Organization's flip-flopping here and there with their decisions. We just don't know yet. But I can tell you if these antibody tests prove that we have been exposed to this and we actually have titers, the World Health Organization just said that, there's no guarantee that there's immunity. But if we do have an immunity after being exposed to this a second time, and the death rate goes down, there will be a strong correlation with the market being up there and people returning back to work and people having confidence in these companies, and the Dow will go up. Hence, Boeing is part of the Dow, as you read on the Wikipedia article, so it will be going up again. So this might be a time to capitalize. I am capitalizing on Boeing right now. I'm probably going to maybe throw in 200, have it waiting, have Boeing, take over, a little bit, have a higher percentage of my M1 Finance portfolio with Boeing right now because it's taken a little bit of a hit, and just capitalizing on the opportunity. Because my goal in the long run, as I will explain, there are some people that have dividend strategies and they post when dividend distributions are. When I get to a certain point in money, I haven't decided if I get to $10,000 what I'm going to do to integrate more of these companies, because I have a feeling that I'm going to be putting more money in once I get higher than $100,000. And a lot of these stocks are going to be hot, like Boeing, and I still need to put more money in to start really racking up the cash. So I start putting more and more money in, more and more money, more and more money, more and more money, and then the wheel starts spinning on the M1 Finance portfolio and the dividends start coming out. They could, if the strategy works that I plan on getting paid in dividends weekly, and then the money just starts spinning and starts getting better and better and better, and then my portfolio will get bigger. But this is a really good stock that can help me get to my $100,000 goal, and I am in. I'm going to put that in my next video. I usually M1 Finance. I have an M1 Finance video on Monday that I usually try. I try to gun for Monday and Tuesday. I call it M1 Monday. This is where I feel confident with this stock that it will help me get to $100,000 over time, and it will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will help me make passive income. So yes, yes, yes. Ford, no. And I'll show you, make sure you watch my previous video on Ford, because it's not a buy. I avoid it like the plague. These guys are big. I mean, look at how big they are. Ford, I mean, there's a lot of competitors. These guys can compete with the big boys. Boeing, Ford, they think they're going to do electric cars and stuff. I believe it when I see it if they're that good. So this is the thing about Boeing. I mean, they make so many parts, there's so many employees, it's stable, everybody talks about it as a company, very positive. I know it's taking a hit right now, but it's not as negative as Ford. I mean, people are just blasting Ford on social media and stuff with the cars and their quality. Boeing has really good quality, and it's not a quantity game either. So I would consider it. I am hoping that that'll help with my 3M stock to start distributing more dividends. So that is my answer. Yes, it is. I would consider it a buy. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but many of you guys who have watched my videos, I show pretty much the stocks that I buy and how I'm doing. So then you can realize, maybe no, I don't think so. Or yes, maybe I should add that to mine. So this is why I have a dividend investing channel. So we'll see how things go. It could drop even more, but I'm going to strike right now and put money into Boeing and see what happens. So that's going to be, I'm going to give you my honest opinion there and go from there. So to a lot of you guys that are new to my channel, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And again, if you like this video, give me a like. Let me know what your honest opinion is on Boeing and if it's worth it, or if you should avoid it like the plague, like I said with the Ford stock. So thank you again, and you guys have a good Monday, and hopefully the best rest of your weekend. I actually need a new battery in my car, so this is a wake-up call for me. That's about $100 down the drain. So thank you, and take care.